Hey everyone, it's Karen, and on today's podcast, I'm going to be talking about what got me into books. So, in kindergarten, they made me read books for English grade, as all schools make kids. Got to read a book. A lot of my the other students that I was with, they didn't like reading a lot. I was always a nerd. I stayed to myself. I was the only child, so reading was like my escape, my fun. So, being forced to read wasn't fun until I found out that I could read different stories. What I mean by that is you're being forced to read. You don't want to do stuff when you're forced. But then I found out that I could go to our school library and get whatever books I wanted. So that kind of made me get more in tune with all the books. And then once I found what I enjoyed reading, I was hooked completely. Growing up in school, I didn't have friends, as I had just said, so I spent my time with books, book characters. I later found out that I could become an author like the person who wrote all the books that I was reading, and that hyped me up so much to start focusing on writing books to help others escape the reality. Like I said, I started liking to reading and writing in kindergarten, and my kindergarten teacher had told me that's why I went to school, was because I was going to become a writer. And I am actually currently in college now to minor in English with an emphasis on creative writing so that I can have a degree background so that I can write my stories. I already have some stories already wrote up, just kind of need them like edited and find a publisher, but I'm probably going to do indie publishing afterwards after I get them, edit them, because I cannot edit my own work. I think everything always looks fine. So, but it's really not. What's funny though is I love reading books. When I had to read to learn something, it wasn't fun. What I mean by that is, like, in class, you never want to be forced to do anything. You don't want to do the reading assignments, but reading on my own time, I always liked it. So, but then eventually I found out if you read in class, you can get it over with a lot quicker than just complaining to the teacher. But I guess that's for everyone, I'm assuming, about the learning how to either read in class or liking it on your own. And then I would say one of the books that really helped me escape was in middle school. I read a book titled Tricks by Ellen Hopkins. So I can actually show you, which you can probably see. It is right here. So this book right here by Ellen Hopkins. I started this book literally because of how cool the book cover is. Yes, I'm one of those people that, since I'm an artist, I go for cool book covers. So like I said, I originally started that. Let me get more into details about this book. I felt so connected to the daughter character when they explained about how she felt like no one cared for her. In high school, we all go through a depressive state and we think that no one cares about us. Or at least I did. I know I've seen a lot of other people do the same thing. So, I was currently in that position when I had picked up this book. I was in a really depressive state of mind and I didn't know what to do, so this book really kind of helped me realize that other people are kind of going through the same thing, but this character was actually doing worse because she was doing hardcore drugs, which I was not doing. I was just depressed with my life. And then I was currently in the position and I felt like running away, as she had, not doing the drug part, as I had just mentioned, but the running away and finding my own way. I didn't, but it would be nice. Ever since that book, I pushed forward, forward more with wanting to become an author. I'm thankful for my school introducing us to our library, and it helped me find an easy learning escape. Again, like I said, I'm going to bring this up a little bit more. How I had said about wanting to run away, but this character actually got to. I feel like when I go through certain states of either depression or happiness or whatever type I'm going through, I tend to find a character that gets to do what I want to do, which is running away from all her problems. And that's quite a few of her books, like I said, back here, are all like that. I am still needing one more book out of the series, and I like it. I do, but yet I don't, because I don't like how teenagers go through so much. I really feel like there should be some other way of going through something and not feeling this bad. But again, we do. And I feel like books kind of help us, again, go through what we're going through. So yeah, that's kind of a little bit of background about how I got started and got into books. It all started in kindergarten, and then I just read and had no friends, so I kept reading more. And we also got like little book it tickets. So the more books you read, the more tickets you would get to Pizza Hut. And I would go turn in my buckets. I would get a bucket almost every week, because that's all I did was read, homework and read. And I loved it. I'm really glad that I got to read in school. So, but yeah, thank you for coming on today's podcast and seeing my little bookshelf and my tricks book that I wanted to highlight from Ellen Hopkins, who is a wonderful writer. You should go follow her. So yeah, thank you all. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.